What's going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid here, and I have a question for you guys. What does Ethereum, a broken bridge thingamajigger, and a VerusCoin price crash have in common? Not sure if you guys got it, but the answer is a hack. So take a look here. I did repost this 10 hours ago. It looks like it was posted on Cointelegraph 16 hours ago that Blockade has detected an ongoing exploit on the Verus Ethereum bridge with approximately 11.58 million drained so far. And here I posted, stop bridging. Damn, you want to get hacked? Bridge, and we've been talking about this for a while. All these chains saying they're doing something different, they're the best, they're awesome, blah 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 blah, yet they try to bridge to other chains, and in those bridges there's always hacks. It is not secure. It doesn't seem like anyone has ever figured out how to properly bridge. Everything gets hacked at a bridge. So IotaPie did send me a couple links here. As you know, him and Bass are the people who run Viper.net pool, one of our favorite pools out there when it comes to altcoins. But yesterday at 7:34 p.m. my time, which in Eastern time is 9:34, he posted that the node went down and issues are happening on the blockchain, and no block has been hit between 30 minutes. And then on node reboot here, he has a bunch of logs and stuff. You can read through all this for a while. People are saying, oh, I'm turning off. Meanwhile, and yeah, killed my proxy. So everyone's having issues, and it seems like here. But now keep in mind, if we come into here, I remember when I had a VerusCoin pool running, it was a constant headache. It is so broken. Every single couple days, the node would just go down and end up corrupted. And then you have to shut down your node and then reboot it and bootstrap it. And it was just a pain. You constantly had to maintain this thing and watch it. But here we can see invalid blocks. Some are even down. So, some type of issue is going on over here. We can see hash rate drop and it came back up. So, a whole bunch of things have just gone wrong. We have price crashes happening. And then we have another link, which was posted at 12:40 a.m. So after midnight last night here. And this is about 6 hours or so after IotaPie's first type of link here. Now they acknowledge something. So here we see about 6 hours ago at 11:55 p.m. UTC, the Verus Ethereum bridge was compromised. Go figure. And USDC, and tBTC. So I'm not sure what that is, but some wrapped version of BTC on something taken from the Ethereum contract. At this time, it appears other assets on the bridge are unaffected. As of now, the Verus network has halted, with most block generating nodes taking themselves offline after encountering byproducts of the attack as designed. So it was designed to automatically take itself offline. Maybe this is the issue that I was mentioning before, where the node always just gets corrupt and it's bad. So is it constantly getting hacked? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just making stuff up at this point, but that's bad. So how come it didn't detect it before the hack, or right when the hack was started, so they don't lose all this? But anyway, it says it did do this by design. So anyway, we are all working as hard as we can to determine the extent of the issue and exactly where things are. We will provide more information as soon as we have something definitive. Developers are investigating exactly how the attack was carried out and determining next steps. Now we request that those that took part in this compromise come forward. That's not going to happen. Has anyone ever came forward in the past for any chain? I don't think so. They move to Monero pumps, and they move off their coins, but we'll see what happens. We will be working with the relevant authorities to pursue legal action accordingly. So I don't know why they're posting this. You think it would just be common sense that anybody would be going to the authorities, but however, if the funds are returned in full, we are willing to pay a bounty for finding the issue. So it looks like if they come forward and actually return the funds, then they will pay them for figuring out the issue, which is like how hackathons and kind of stuff works. So, that part makes sense, but I highly doubt anyone's going to come forward, unless they're paying the same amount that they stole. And it will not pursue any further action past that point. You can contact verus.bridge@proton.me. So there is, I guess, an email. If you're the hacker and you're watching this video, they want you to return the funds, and they will pay you a bounty for this, make things more secure. So I guess, that's up to you. And then we got, just to be clear, anyone claiming to be part of the team or community offering reimbursement. And here's where things get crazy. Remember this, guys. Do not do anything. Follow traditional, their Discord, whatever, their Twitter account and stuff. None of the accounts are compromised, so they are all legit. But do not be clicking on random reimbursements or anything. You're going to get your wallet drained. So just to start over here, just to make sure you guys know what's going on, there's no reimbursements right now. So that's all a scam if you see something. But just to be clear, anyone claiming to be part of the team or community offering reimbursement, typically in DMs, is a scammer. Do not engage with these people offering reimbursement or claiming there is a reimbursement program, and report them to Discord. So there is no program, there's no reimbursements, guys. The funds were hacked. They're not just magically minting new ones out of thin air like Ethereum can do, and just give them out to people. That's not happening. So if you see reimbursement emails or get DMs, it's a scam. Stay far, far away and report those said accounts. And now, as of 6:51 a.m., the chain is now moving with mining and staking. So it looks like everything is back on track for the most part. An Oracle notification has been issued to disable DeFi, which we expect should stay disabled until upcoming update that will address the attack vector. You may now mine, stake, and use core network and IDs, though through baskets, cross-chain, and DeFi will remain paused until further notice. We are all working hard to understand and mitigate effects from this attack. If any has any information that might help us, please let us know. So that part could take a while, as they don't really know how the compromise took place, because they're asking for the people to come forward and let them know how everything happened. So there is going to be majority of the network is offline. So mining rewards, so you can still mine the coin. That looks like it's working. So you're finding blocks, and it looks like transactions can happen, but everything else, so yeah, mining and staking. So the traditional normal ecosystem for finding the blocks and everything and sending coin and stuff is working, but DeFi and bridging and everything else is down right now until they figure out what the heck happened. They're still digging into that part. So very interesting. Yet another bridge bites the dust. What do you guys think down in the comments section? All right, guys. So what do you guys think about this situation regarding VerusCoin? It's down 30 some percent or so, a pretty big dip. We have pools that are having some major issues right now. Hash rate dropped off and came back on. Everything's just looking bad. The chain was hacked. There's no other way around that. So do you think VerusCoin will pull out of this? I know some people are thinking VerusCoin is done. It's over with. Do you have coins? Are you debating on, should you try to sell them now, or do you wait for it to kind of come back up? Or, what are your thoughts and opinions on the whole VerusCoin infrastructure? Now, I know VerusCoin is big when it comes to lots of the cell phone miners and stuff out there. CPU miners, cell phone miners, it hardly uses any power and nice efficient algorithm and stuff, but the chain just seems broken. And now this is going to be, cell phone revenue and stuff that could possibly burn out and turn to nothing. Now, will the chain go down in flames, or will it recover? Or, like, I'm not talking about price, I mean the chain in general. Like, are they going to fix it, you think, and it's going to be a nice, healthy chain again? Or do you think they'll just give up and quit? Like, things are going to be interesting. So far, it looks like they're going to continue on and try to get things worked out. But then you have the user base and the price. Is it going to continue to crash? No one's going to want to invest into a broken chain, which a lot of people have been complaining about for quite some time. So VerusCoin could be in some major trouble right now, looking into the future. So let me know all your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. What do you think about all this? Why do all these chains constantly try to bridge to other chains when you're trying to do something different? You're trying to do your own thing. If people want you, they'll come to you. You don't have to go to these other chains and stuff. Like, stay away from these bridges. Everybody that turns on a bridge seems to get hacked. It's just not a good idea. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that new thing they got going on, the hype train button. It's just a hype button, but I'm going to call it the hype train. But hit that hype button, guys. I will see you on the next one. Let everyone know that VerusCoin has been hacked and there's no rewards. Don't be hit by the following scam where people are going to say, hey, you want a reimbursement? That is not happening. So, just get the word out as well that there's no reimbursement program happening. Stay very safe. See you later, guys. Rabid out.